Last question today is from Evan. Evan says, do you think it should be illegal for employers to require a high school diploma if having a high school diploma wouldn't inherently make them any better or more qualified for the job? No, I believe that employers should be able to put in place on the job listing whatever requirements, assuming they are legal, they want based on their assessment of the job or who they want filling the job. Now, you could say, okay, but David, what if based on the geography of the job and whatever else, by requiring a high school diploma, they are limiting the applicant pool in a way that is discriminatory against a particular group? I understand what you're saying, but you have to allow the employer to legally search for employees in whatever way they want. It may be true that it's a job where it doesn't matter if you have a high school diploma or not. It may be true that it's a job where it doesn't matter if you have an undergraduate college degree or not. But if that's how the employer wants to look for candidates, that should absolutely be legal. Now, what may happen is you might have a job where you say, we require a PhD, no less than a PhD. And it's not a job that is going to be appealing to most people with PhDs. And maybe it doesn't pay the salary that a PhD would expect. So you're going to not get a very good pool of applicants, not because your requirements are too low where everybody's applying, but because they're too high and nobody's applying. And then you'll have to adjust the job listing. I don't see a problem with that.
And some companies do that. I guess I'm with you on this one. Just let them mandate their own requirements, and I don't really see a problem with it.
And it's true that you might have, for example, a job that by default says 4-year college degree required. And the reality is anybody who has a good head on their shoulders and has an associate's degree has the same essentially potential to excel at that job. Sure, that might happen. Well, let the employer be worse off then, right? If they want to require the 4-year degree and eliminate people who have 2-year degrees, it's their loss, right? And I get it. It's also the loss of a potential 2-year degree recipient who now isn't going to qualify for that job, but that's the employer's loss as well.
Mm-hmm. And it's just because you don't have that requirement doesn't mean that you can't send in a resume and apply. I mean, they'll probably see it and maybe they'll like what they see. And so it may not matter.
So my answer, no, I do not think it should be against the law for employers to have to demonstrate that the education level they require is actually warranted by the job, especially since it can be very difficult to demonstrate that. Maybe if you were to go to an employer and say, hey, you know what? You require a master's degree for this job. Prove to me that you need a master's degree and not a bachelor's degree. And the answer might be, listen, it's not about the responsibilities. It's that in the past, the individuals with master's degrees tend to stay at this job much longer. So we want to hire that. Why wouldn't an employer be allowed to do that? It does not make sense to me to restrict them from doing that.
Yeah, I'm with you. We agree on this one.
If you disagree,
we agree on a lot of things.
If you disagree, send me your thoughts on this. We have a great bonus show today, davidpakman.com/membership to sign up and get instant access. And remember, you have 24, 48, 72 hours left to get a 33% discount off of membership, plus a free David Pakman Show t-shirt with your membership. But you must sign up at none other than davidpakman.com/spring16